Hello, good evening. It is Nemi Batstone here with Nemi's Crafty Cafe in Cooks Creek, Manitoba, just outside of Winnipeg. I'm just checking to see if we are live and good to go. It's pouring rain in the city. It is extremely windy here out at my home, in my little crafty space here at home, and so bad that the pine trees are actually moving. So when that happens, you know it's pretty windy out there. So I'm hoping that I don't lose connection, because that's what normally happens. So I'm just gonna make sure we are good to go. So if you are there, please do say hello. Tell me where you're from. What you're crafting right now, because I just, would like to share and make sure I know what you're working on. Okay, so it looks like I am live, so that's a bonus, and the volume is there, so that's really good. And now I just got to make sure I can actually see comments, and then we should be good to go. Okay, so good evening now. Hello, Christine. Thank you for saying hi. I know it was super windy. It is calming down a bit. I wanted to barbecue, but I was really afraid the burners would just go out. So had to use the oven instead. So thank you for joining me tonight. It is one day before the long weekend. Last long weekend, you're working on some scrap cards. Oh, does that mean like scrap pieces that you're turning into cards? Or scrap cards that you've been, put off to the side and just haven't finished yet? Because I know I'm bad for that. I just finished piling all of my 12 by 12 scrapbook pages that I have completed, as well as not finished. So it's been like, whoo, it's a pretty big pile. It's probably, what's that? At least 6 inches thick. So I'm like, I need a whole weekend, or probably a whole week, to sort through all my scrapbook pages, put them in the kids' albums, put them in the family albums, put pictures on them. So yeah, those kind of things. So just a reminder that today is the last day to take advantage of the kit sale that is on right now. It is 30% off regular price, which is crazy. So $18 minus 30%. That's pretty cheap. And as well, great way to stock up for Christmas or teacher's gifts or any friends, or even just have a kid party. And if you're Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, that's 30% plus your 20-25% discount. So you're really getting it for half price. So if your kit's $30, you're paying $15. So that's a pretty sweet deal. I know I have stocked up on a few myself. Okay, so today we're gonna get started because I don't want to keep you more than an hour. I've had some fun playing with some of the new product that comes out next week. So our new catalog launches next week. So if you don't have one, I can mail you out one. I've got a few that I have prepped and ready to go. I cannot show you the inside. I can show you the back. So that gives you a hint as to what kind of paper we're going to have. If you're a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, you should have received your free copy in the mail already. And if you, and obviously you get a copy in your, a digital copy, which you can also download into your computer or to your iPhone or iPad, whichever one you want. Anyway, so we have a retreat coming up. And so there are 3 kits or 3 bundles that we've been playing with and have finished designing with you, for you, that will be included in your welcome kits. And so I wanted to share that with you today, showcasing the 3 bundles and using a fun fold, because it's the last day of the month, or last Thursday of the month. So I wanted to do something fun. So if you haven't signed up for our retreat is so much fun. It is really so much fun. You get a minimum of 4 feet of space. Hi, Karen. Hello. Thanks for joining. And not only 4 feet, but it just depends how many people come. So Usually you end up getting 4 to 8 feet of space, plus you get access to all of my supplies that I can bring. We have die cut machine station set up. We have a share station set up. We play bingo, you win prizes, etc., etc. So if you haven't signed up, please do. I'd like to make sure I have numbers finalized by the end of the long weekend, because then that gives me time to make sure I didn't miss anything and then place my order for all of your wonderful welcome kits. And they are amazing. So with that said, if you would like a sneak peek of what to expect at the retreat, today's fun fold is part of it, and at the end I'll show you some of the designs I've created that will be in your welcome kit. But so if you want to be surprised, make sure you don't watch it, but I'll give you plenty of warning. Okay, so let me flip you and let's get started. So I'm gonna move a few things around first and make sure we are good. So hang on a sec. And voila, there we go. Quick transition, I hope. Okay, there we go. I'm just gonna plug in so I don't lose. And hopefully this time I don't whack my phone and make things move around too much. Okay, so I have a bit of shadow. Oh, I forgot to set up my extra light, that's why. Okay, sorry about that. So I'll try and make sure things are clear. So again, we have about a dozen people participating in our demonstrator day. So if you would like to join us, it's only $55, and that's Alana and myself. And it's pretty much all about how to share what you love to do. So we're just going to do some tips and tricks and everything on how to share. Christine, I believe I did get your money. So I'll be doing final invoicing to those who have deposited already, and then send them final invoices. So I will know for sure tomorrow what's been left or who hasn't yet paid up. So we should be good though. I believe we're good with you. And then the Creative Escape is the long weekend. So again, it'll be catered. We are going to, because it's all about gratitude and Thanksgiving and a kickoff to the holidays, I thought we would have a nice fall dinner. So our dinner is going to be a fall dinner provided to us by Taste of Time, as always. So Tamara Sanford does an amazing job with our food. I still haven't figured out lunch yet, but we came up with a few things, so it's really hard to decide because her menus are so amazing. Anyway, so again, just a reminder, last day for the kits. Don't forget to use my host code so I can send you a little thank you. And we are ready to roll. Okay, so fun fold. I don't know what this is called. So if any of you that are here or watching replay, please do share, like, and comment in the video, because I do know, I apologize, I'm sidetracking here. I apologize, but I did do the draws and then I forgot to announce them as to who won them. So I will make sure I do that either tonight or early tomorrow morning. But this fold, and I believe if you were part of my newsletter, you would have seen a picture of it. So this is what it looks like right here. So let me show you my first attempt and you'll see how bad it was. Okay, so this was my first attempt and I really wanted to do a floating kind of image in the background. So this uses the Trucking Along bundle. And then, hey, Karen, when I was done, I was like, oh, that looks like Perry's truck because it's got that rusted look. But then when I did it and I popped up the card, as you can see, look what happens to my trees. So I realized afterwards my trees are on the wrong side and also not very pretty when it's actually showing on the back side. Because really, this is just your standard card size. It's just cut in the wrong way. Thank you, Michelle. I thought it was a cute card, but I'm going to share it with you. So, oh, did I put my measure? Oh, yeah, okay. I think I know where it is. So I was like, what am I doing? So then I obviously fine-tuned it after and made this card here. So now you can see it actually stands up properly. So all my trees, and on the back side, you don't see all lines and everything that's there. And then, of course, on the back side, you still have a spot to write. Because if you're wondering, oh, where do I put my notes? Well, you put it on the back to put your cute little message there. So I believe it's called a side step. So if you YouTube side step card, it'll pop up. But I wasn't sure if it also pops up if you say side step waterfall card, because it kind of falls on either side. And you can do this either way, by the way. I'll show you the flip side later. And because it does work both ways. I'm just checking something here. I had a sheet with some notes on it that I wanted to share with you. And then I don't know where I put it. Oh, I think it's over here. No, that's not it. Okay. So I lost my notes, which isn't good. But maybe if I remember them, I'll add it to the comments afterwards. I'm like, I know I put them somewhere, but I guess I lost them. Okay. So we're going to create one today. I'm going to show you how to cut it. I must confess I did, do the magic of TV, cut everything up already. So I'll just walk through the measurements, and I'll come back and maybe post the measurements because I have them chicken scratched, but then I realized they made a couple errors. And so I'll fix those for you before I post them. But it's a standard card which you can find on Pinterest, YouTube, whichever. I just can't remember the name. So feel free to post in the comments so that everybody knows how to search for it later. Because sharing is what we do. Okay, so that's the Trucking Along bundle with the Open Slate exclusive 6x6 DSP. So I wanted to share with you the 3 bundles that we're using at our upcoming retreat on the 29th. And I'll share with you the first one because this one, I love punches. So this one features a punch bundle and it's called Very Cute. So there it is. So it comes with the bear that you can punch, which is this guy here. The rest is pretty simple to fussy cut. And you can also use a bunch of different frames that we already have. It really does, yeah. And it is a polymer stamp set, so you can see it's quite lovely. And to show you what I created with the Step Up card, stay tuned at the end for cards that will be showcased at our retreat, is this card here. So it comes with some amazingly cute designer series paper. And then the Christmas wishes I did using the other bundle, which is this one, Christmas Classics, and I stole the sentiment from that one just because these were a little too big for my design, or at least I thought. And this is what I created. So then when you pop it up, it pops up like so and sits like this in front on your mantle or wherever you display your cards. The clouds that I used and the star that I used is from the Give It a Whirl dies. So I wanted to add a little like mountainy air because it looks like they're carrying the gifts through the mountain. This is the punch that I used for the bear, and it comes with a hat and obviously the scarf, which I used here. And then I use, oh yeah, so this suite comes with embellishments that I had sitting here waiting. Where did they go? Oh, there they are. Whole bunch of cute, beautiful, shiny embellishments. So I use the embellishments that the suite comes with to make this cute little card. So thanks, Christine. I really like it. I think this was like my favorite. And then afterwards, I was like, oh, I should have did this for a class. But then I'm like, no, I like my other ones better. So that is very cute. So it is available next week for ordering online. So you can shop at my online store. Or if you're not too sure, come to retreat. And again, this bundle will be there for you to play with and check out. So that's what most people do is they come to retreat and then they're like, oh, I wish I had that. And then they order it. So that's always the case because you don't know until you touch it and see it and feel it. Okay, so then the other one, which is so cute, Christmas Classics. And it comes with all these great dies. Is that the right one? Yep. Yep, that's the one. So it comes with this gorgeous flower die here, framed die, that literally wraps around any one of these polymer stamp sets again. So you can stick any one of these in there along with a frame. So you can use this, like, say, as your base or your inside, and then pop up, use dimensionals to grab one of the sentiments in here if you'd really like. And then it comes with, obviously, dies that can cut out a couple here, the sprigs and that one. And what I really like about this one as well is that it comes with 2 frames, and this frame is huge. Like, look at that. It pretty much takes up like half a card. And I'll show you how pretty this one really is, because I used it. And oh, just so you know too, this complements Timeless Arrangements, which is in the annual catalog, really, really well. So these are the dies, and then Timeless Arrangements we used at our last retreat. I thought I kept it out because I was using it earlier. But, oh, there it is. There's Timeless Arrangements. And so together, like the fonts, the sayings, the leaves, the trims, the edgings, it totally can complement each other. And I'll show you how it complements each other, because here's mine right here. So this is the Christmas Classics, and you can see how these beautiful dies that come with it. So this big one here is that one, and then these 2 little ones over here are the 2 that I have in here, and it comes with this amazing foil, and which is also new in the upcoming catalog. I might use some of it here. Let me just move some stuff around just to be able to show you. Just gonna grab it. Come on, paper. Let's go. So it's just right here. Okay. Let me just check here. So this is all the Bear paper, designer series paper. Oh, here it is. And then we have this beautiful foil. So I just used it to cut out the leaves and then stuck those on there. You can't see it, or maybe you can, but I did put Wink of Stella on the little berries. And then these little guys here that are added are from Timeless Arrangements. So I thought, oh, that's perfect. Perfect little touch. So what do you think of this? Thanks, Michelle. It actually isn't a fancy card. It looks fancy, but this is what happens when you have amazing dies. Because just note, this die here is this big die. So see how big that really is? And then I did it again to just get the berries, but you also have these little berries that you can use. So I use those for those. And then the frame here on the inside is a Merry Christmas, right? And so that was just taking the words. So I really like the fact that you have these 2 different fonts, and you can mix them up together and make like any different sayings you want. So this one's probably my favorite. And then I also used some new dimensionals on this one as well. Wasn't the dimensionals I intended to use, because it's not the dimensionals that actually match the suite, but it is one of them. Why am I like missing everything all of a sudden? I'm like, I had everything all sorted, ready to go, and now it's not on my tray. So I must have moved it slightly. Oh, anyway. So it comes in like 3-4 different colors, and so I just added those in there for the added little extra touch. So of course, again, stands up, so then you see the different layering. It's one of my favorites. Okay, so that is the second one. So now those are the 2 sets. Same design, different patterns. Love them. And we're going to do one together using the third set. Oh, I forgot to turn off my... Oh, no, maybe that's my laptop. So sorry about that. Okay. So the third set we've chosen for our upcoming retreat is this one. Is the Autumn Leaves one. And I've already oops, missing some pieces. Oh no, they just all flew off because I was playing with everything here. And I'm missing, no, I'm not missing a die. Perfect. So this one is a lot of fun. It comes with 2 patterns here that actually just etch your card. So at the end of the, just before we wrap up, I'll show you how those 2 look like, but it is my cards for retreats. So if you're coming to retreat and you want to be surprised as to what you're going to get in your kit to create, then don't watch. Okay. And then this big guy here. So I've prepared, I should show you the inside. So there's all of them. It's a really big leaf. So it's pretty. The font is very fine and very small. I do wish we had a bigger one that kind of you could, run across, or something that said happy fall, y'all. But this has got more of a sentimental value, like with a grateful heart, I'm thankful. So really great for gratitude, which is what we, wanted to focus on with fall coming up and Thanksgiving. So we thought this was great. So I can't wait till you see some of the stuff we've made with this one. Now, so we're going to create with this one. So with the great joy of television, I've already cut some of them, and this is where I'm going to need your help. And so I did a whole bunch of what I thought was fall colors. So this one is this guy right here, and this stamp right there. And I did pumpkin pie. Where's my stack here? Mossy Meadow. Which is the other one? Copper Clay, Pretty Peacock, and Moody Mauve. Mauve, how do you say it? So those are my colors. Same colors, just different. And then I did these ones as well. And the reason I wanted to do them in the same was, again, stamp on, stamp off method. So 2nd generation for the big. And then I put the vines that are actually in there. So this set comes with the vines. And you also get the vines as a die. But I wanted to try it with the stamp first. So again, same colors. Copper Clay, Moody Mauve, Mossy Meadow, Pretty Peacock, and Pumpkin Pie. I think this is going to be my next color inspiration for you on my newsletter, because I really like it. And I wanted that little bit of, if you are in my newsletters, I always pick one really bold color that just doesn't fit. And this time, this one I think is Pretty Peacock, but I have to change it up because we did Pretty Peacock last time. Okay, so we have those ready to go. So I'm going to move those aside. Now, what's really cool about this die set too is it comes with all these different dies. So here's what it punches out. So I did a bunch in shaded spruce, so we can use these. So these are the maple leaves, the leaves that are there, and then the mini leaves. Leaves. Is that such a word? Leaves? Okay, with an F, or it's with a V, right? And then I did is this Copper Clay or Cajun Craze? I forget now. I think it was Cajun Craze. And then I did some in vanilla, and I started blending them, but then I'm like, okay, I'm going to show you how I blend these after they're die cut, because that's always an issue. And then I did some in Berry Burst just to add a different color in there and throw it in. So that is what you actually get die cut here. So think about that, because we're going to need these colors to finish the card, because I have not finished it. And then this comes with 3 frames. So I did 2 already, but I don't know if I like the colors. One was stamped in Cajun Craze, and I combined 2 sentiments into one. And then this is the single one in Early Espresso. Autumn teaches us that change can be beautiful. So that is the second one. So somehow we have to make that work here. Or we just cut out a new one with a different color if you don't like it. Okay, so that's where we're at there. So keep that in mind. I'm going to move these out of the way to now show you how to make the card base. It's probably easier if I just go like this. There. That was easier. Okay, so I picked a lighter color, pumpkin pie to start with, just so that you can see the lines. So I'm going to hopefully you see the lines. So standard card base, nothing fancy. But the only thing that changes in here, instead of scoring 4 1/4, we need to score it to get the side step, right? So we need to score it along this side, and then obviously on this side, we got all of our fun folds. Then we're going to put a slit in the middle there. Okay, so everybody has different measurements in how they make theirs. I did mine at 3 inches. So I know I need this arm, so I'm going to keep it there. Okay, so, oh, another little tip. I always like to put double-sided tape, tear tape on along my edge here because I can't read the numbers. I'm getting older. I can't read it or see it. So that's a little trick if you haven't done that yet. Not too sure if that's very visible, but I have tear tape just sitting there along the inside of my track so that when I'm flipped down, I can see all the numbers along that side more visibly. So my eyes are just getting worse. Okay, with the short side in, make sure we're good here. Just gonna move my adhesive. We're going to cut this at, or not cut, sorry, score. Love pumpkin pie, me too. We really need more oranges though. We're gonna score this at 3 inches, okay? So that's my 3 inches. So the 3 inches is on this side. So as you can see, I just went 1/8 inch shorter every single time to get my framing. But you don't have to do what you do. Do what you love. Okay, so that's a little hard to see. So just so you know, that is at 3 inches. So I have a line, a score line. Let's go to this side, right there. There's my 3. I have a score line there at 3 inches. I'm just gonna write on this so you all see it. Because you know, when you wanna come back and make this card later, then you have all the information. Thank you, Michelle. I'm glad you find that that's helpful. Okay, now we need all of our fun folds along this side. So the first one, I did mine. Now you can do these at watch different videos. Everybody has different measurements. So I did mine at 1 inches and then kept going until I got to that top part because I wanted a bigger gap up here to put more fun stuff sticking up. So we're going to do 1 inch. Now I'm a righty. This was Marie. She'd be going the other way. Now, so this is my 3 inch mark, right? And we're going to score on the 2 1/4 side. 2 1/4. No, that should be, yeah, because this is 4 1/4 minus, yeah. No, 5 1/2 minus 3, so that's 2. What's my math? I can't even count. Well, yeah, here, 2 3/4. Okay, we are good. Can't think. Okay, so we're only going to go to this score line, because if we go past, then we got a crazy line. But I need to do my 1 inch on this side. So I'm just going up to there. So I hopefully got that because I don't have my head directly above. But my paper trimmer has indents along the side, so I know how far I need to go. So there we go. So just for your reference, I'm just gonna, there's my 1 inch. Okay, so after 1 inch, I believe, we now go to 2 inches because you need the valley. So you can't make it a different inch. So now I'm at 3, so I'm just going to line that up at my 3 and go down. Make sense? Okay. So there's my 3 inch line right there. or sorry, I meant 2-inch line. My bad. And then we're going to move along further, and we're going to go to 3 1/4. Hopefully this lines up right. Hopefully my measurements are right. And I remembered it correctly because, you know, don't remember it all the time. Okay, so I'm just going to draw my line there for you again so you see it. So now you see it's fatter. So that means we have to like double that again. So that's 4 1/4, I believe. That gets me where I need to go. Let me just double check my measurements. No, 4 1/2. Sorry, I thought so. I'm like, that looks pretty narrow. So 4 1/2. Again, I'll just give you the measurements after in case I screwed up. So, but you never know. And then we need a big one at 6 3/8. So my 3/8 is at this brown line right there, I believe. And then we've got our other line there at 6 3/8. Okay, so there we go. So there's our score lines, right? So we've got 1 inch, and then we got another inch, which then gives us 2 inches, right? And then we got this guy here. Oh, I'm off on that one. And then there. But now we need that slit line that goes down. So we're going to cut the slit from there to there only. So again, you're going to go into your paper trimmer. And because I have markings and I can see, well, I sort of can see where that line is. It's easier when I can put my head in the way. And just line that up to those marks. Hopefully I'm right. Okay, now we do the true test. Okay, so depending how you like your step card, you can do it to the left or to the right. Oh, I missed a line. Oops. Missed the other fold at 4 1/4, which is your standard on your 3-inch side. Forgot that one. Otherwise, we don't have a fold there. Okay. So this is my half point right here. So this is 4 1/4, right on that side. Okay, so it should fold, if I did that right, in half. So we'll burnish afterwards because I want to show you a couple tricks. So this, I'll do it from the side. Valley, valley, valley. And it should, and it didn't line up. Okay, I'm just off by 1/4. So, see, this is why you don't follow my measurements until I write them down. Because I'm off by like 1/4. I saw that. Okay, so somehow in there I made a boo-boo somewhere. So this guy needs to come down 1/4 inch more. There. So I must have lined it up incorrectly on my paper trimmer. Maybe it's 6 1/2, not 6 3/8. Or 6 1/2. There we go. So this matches what I like to call the right side fold. So you see that? There's all my valleys. Now what if I want it on the left-hand side? Then you just do the reverse. So we're going to flip this way. And now you're going to flip your valleys the other way. So this way, and that way. And now you have the reverse. So if you like things on the left and this, your tall piece on the right, that's how you do it. And if you prefer it the way I had it, which is the opposite, then you just flip your valley, your tall piece the opposite way. And then these become valleys going down. Does that make sense? Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense. I hope so. Okay, so there you go. There's your card sitting there. That's your standard base. So now you can make like a dozen of these and go crazy. So obviously from one sheet of cardstock, you're going to get 2. Excellent. Thumbs up. I saw it, so I know I'm good. Okay, so for our card though, we're not going to use pumpkin pie. I've prepped one already and chose Night of Navy because I wanted a deep color for fall. So we'll leave that one there. That's going to be my template moving forward. So I have a piece here. And then what I did, oh, it's pouring rain here now. So let's make sure I don't lose. Is I took our exposed brick 3D, stuck my paper inside of it when it was like one piece, by the way, and then ran it through the emboss and cut machine. Uh-oh, I'm gonna lose you, I bet. And then hopefully I'm still good. And ran it through the emboss and cut machine. And then I came out with these. Then I cut my pieces. So you'll see on this card here, I cut separate pieces for each one of my sections. And then on this card here, I kept it as one big L piece right there. So that's still 5 3/8 by like 3 7/8 or 3 3/4, because this is 4 1/4 inches tall. So you can do either one. You can create a big piece that looks like this, or you can cut into small little pieces and make them like that. I just chose this way because I thought it'd be more fun. Now, I did do some brushing here because this is just white and I obviously wanted more texture and look to it. So I just took some, I believe it was Cajun Craze maybe? No, it was copper clay. And just dry brushed it using your blending tool. Maybe it wasn't. Oh yeah. See how juicy that is? Oh yeah, it was. And so, just like I shared with you last week, if you watched my video from last week, we did some blending. And we're just going to do the same here. Just to get that dimension out of there. And I'm going to do it pretty dark in some spots and then light in the others. Now, it's really up to you. Now, what you can do too, so this is a dark brush. Oh, look what I just did. Just stuck my hand in the ink. Oy vey. Feel free to laugh. Lovely. Of course I don't. Okay, hang on. I gotta get some paper towel to wipe my hand. Give me a sec. Oh no. Okay, I'm back. Oopsies. Oh, the joy of live camera. Okay, there's my beautiful hand now, folks. Enjoy the laughter. Okay, laugh with me. We're gonna take some, let's do pecan pie. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna take some pecan pie and throw some of that darkness in there. Now, sometimes when your pieces are really super small and you want to color them or blend them and you're like, how do you keep them in place? I got a couple tips for you. So I'll show you a couple tricks that I've learned from Jen Shirkus and Megan Andrews. They are big scrapbooking, card making, industry leaders, I guess would be a nice way to say it. They're not Stampin' Up! Demonstrators. Jen Shirkus, I believe, is more with, I think she's big Lawn Fawn. I think she works Lawn Fawn. Does anyone remember? And Megan Andrews does all products. She's amazing. I love her. She's so funny. Okay, so let me see if I have. So you can take, let's see. So say we wanted to blend some of these small pieces. You can take some removable tape and just add a bit and stick it on your paper like so. Or you can take some masking tape, which I have here. I'm just going to rip it. You can see I've been doing lots of masking. And on the back side, stick those on. Like so. So then you can you can color them without them moving all over on you. Whew, it's pouring rain. So apparently my kid is at soccer right now and they should be done practice. And they had to pause because it was pouring rain. So good thing they're at a location that has shelter. So they all ran underneath the little hut and like the picnic shelter and waited it out, I guess, because they're not home. So they must have stayed to wait it out. Okay. So there's my other little tip / trick for you. So when you have lots of little pieces to color, you can now go like that. So then you can take that, what did I use? Oh, pecan pie. So you can take that pecan pie, let's say you wanted to change this and even add some green. And now you can easily brush that in there without, see, nothing sliding around. Okay, maybe this one is a bit. So this one you'd have to use and hold your finger with. Not as much fun as removable tape. Now, Stampin' Up! Does not sell removable tape, but they do sell masking tape, which is what I just used here. And you can color it. Now, this looks like crap. You're probably saying, what is she doing? That looks awful. But what I like to do is take a bunch of colors and throw them in there. Like colors, like, I'm going to use Old Olive. So let me grab another mini brush. Whew, it's pouring hard. And my husband built 2 picnic tables that have not yet been sealed because it's been raining so much that the wood is so wet, we can't get it dry enough to seal it. And my dad's a wood maker. Yeah, he was wood maker by trade. So we're like, he's like, nope, can't seal it. Can't help ya. We're like, what? And so I'm hoping that we get it done before winter comes and we don't end up like damaging the wood from these 2 beautiful, very heavy, but very nice picnic tables. Because, you know, we've been building, so might as well use our scrap wood for something. Okay, still looks ugly, right? But it's getting there, trust me. Need some yellow. Okay, so we're just gonna I'm gonna grab crushed curry because I think that's more of a fall color. See? And then we're gonna add in that little bit to zing it up a bit. I think we need some more dark green in there. Now, if Kira was here, we did a lot of this blending last time, and oh, that girl, she's so funny. She's like, oh, your colors are awful, Nemi. I was like, what? And then she came in and she's like, let me fix that for you. I was like, okay, go to town, girl. And so I wonder if I still have one. Like, I literally kept one because she came up with her colors were amazing. I mean, my leaves didn't look the same after. It was just like, wow. Yeah, last week's storm was a whopper. Like, you know, it was so bad that I have, oh, see, my screen's going really bad. My view anyway. That our cast iron furniture actually flew, like tipped over. And that's pretty bad. Okay, so this is now early espresso. So you see how these leaves have now changed. I might lose you all, and if I do, I will do a quote-unquote part 2 because the storm's pretty bad and my antenna is right by the tree line. So hopefully we're still good. Okay, fingers crossed. Okay, so now you can see how my leaves went from very vanilla to more of a leaf in multiple colors, and my fingers are orange. So you could even take some of these and brush the ends of them as well to give them some dimension. So I'll do that with this because, you know, it's right here. So here's one that's been brushed and here's a plain one. So you can see the slight difference in that. So there's huge delay on my monitor, just so you all know. Okay, and then you can manipulate them a bit if you'd like. So I don't know how much help you're going to be able to give me because I've got a huge delay now in my view, because I really, okay, right now I just need to know what colored leaves we need. So let's get this base going. So this time on this base, I've already got my back part done. And that is like where you would write. So it's just a simple piece. And I'm going to clean some of this stuff up and flip my paper so I don't get any of that on my white on the back. There we go. Now this time I didn't put a border around because I just wanted that straight color right on there, just to give you something different. So here I did, you know, layered it. This time I am not going to layer it. And I am intentionally doing that just to show you the difference. So we're gonna grab some Seal Plus because we need something strong. And we're just gonna run that along the edge there. And that side. Okay. So these are my fall colors. So let me know which ones you think we should use. I wonder if I can just run them along the top. We'll probably need a couple big ones. Here, let me grab a Sharpie. So we have Pretty Peacock, Moody Mauve, Mauve, can't spell, Paper, Pumpkin, Paper Pumpkin is what I was going to call it, Pumpkin Pie, and then this one was, I think it was Copper Clay, and this is Mossy Meadow. So tell me in the comments which two leaves you would like to use, because they're going to be the big ones. This was sticking to my arm. That will go here on top of this flap. So we're just going to put that nicely. Try and line that up as best as we can. I should have used liquid, but I wanted to make sure I had something that would adhere really, really well. So I just wanted to give you a difference when you don't do that extra layer in the card. I'm struggling. Just struggling to try and center it because I have different corner points. Usually I go corner to corner, but this time we can't go corner to corner because there's 4 different corners. There we go. So those are my colors. Tell me which ones, if you can. If not, I'm assuming it's just because, well, there will be a problem just because of the Wi-Fi. And understandable. Oh, sorry. I was just trying to make sure I wasn't blocking your view of the colors. So this has got so much, what do we got? Can you put the different leaves on the card? Okay. So far, Pretty Peacock and Moody Mauve. So I will show that one first. So there's the 2 leaves on the card. There's 2 there. Because I thought we would do opposite corners, if we can, with the sentiment, right? So I was thinking this sentiment, something like that. And then, well, how do you show all the different colors, right? Here is, well, let's try these 2 together. Here is, maybe we need 3. I don't know. There's the Copper Clay and Pumpkin Pie. Here's the, well, you know, we can also put a card here. Oh, I forgot. I shouldn't have stuck those down. Okay, little tip and reminder. We're going to tuck underneath these. So make sure you don't put adhesive along the edge, because then you can't tuck underneath like so. So I'm just going to put those there as reminders so we don't screw that up. Okay, the green is nice too, right? The green is nice. Now we have them in the smaller pieces as well, but it's such a hard one. Okay, so we have Moody Mauve and Pretty Peacock. Any other ideas? So there's our two. While we're doing that, I'm gonna grab some ribbon. Can I put it here? While you keep giving me suggestions. I have two ribbon types. The green is nice too. Okay. I know there's a delay, so I'm not gonna panic here. This is the sheer ribbon that's coming back, so we can color this to turn it into a different color. But then I also have this gorgeous ribbon as well, which is the pecan pie. Oh, it's so pretty. And I think that would go well as well. So just let me know there. So do we have any other color changes? I mean, the pumpkin pie looks good too. But we could also do the pumpkin pie and the smaller one as well. Over here, somewhere in here, right? Like it doesn't have to be over there. So we can have those popping out as well. And even with the green. But the green's pretty strong and I think it needs some color on them. So let me color those as well, because I find that they're too blah. But I do kind of like the other ones I already have. They're too strong. So let's see if I can give it some dimension by adding some mossy meadow. Can't guarantee, but we'll try. Because it is a lighter color, so it might be a little, oh yeah, it's working. Just to give it a little more texture. I'm just coloring up the green so that we can get some more look. With the ribbon, maybe switch leaves to more fall colors. Okay, well, which ribbon? Which ribbon, Michelle? Do you think the pecan pie or the sheer? Because the sheer we can color. So that's the nice thing is the sheer you could take your blends and color it any color you want. Right? So that gives you a little more opportunity. Little more leeway. And what I really like about that too is do you have like sheer ribbon or white ribbon, especially, you know, I really miss is our crinkled ribbon, because our crinkled ribbon was great for that. It was like perfect. I know I am leaning towards the brown as well, Michelle. I think I am. So if we go with brown, we might, I think, maybe we should have cut out some pumpkin pie in there. But I'm thinking, I like what you're saying, or we take the pink so we can bring in berry burst and throw those two leaves together and then twist this one in there. Doesn't have to be a bow, can just be a twist. And then we've got with a grateful heart in there somehow. Or we could just tweak that. This is the fun part. I mean, I had something in my head, but I like the way you're all going here. Your designs or your help is much better. Okay, let's bend this. Because I feel like You don't need a bow. You just need some kind of wave in there. This is why I can never decide on colors. I know, right? It's always the case. But we're going to make decisions. That's okay. So I think we should go with either. I think we can go with these. Oh, if we use green over there, we can stick to these two. Because then we're going to put some green on this side. And I think this will bring it, the green and even some of the pink. We can even throw in some of this pink in there as well. And because this to tie it into that. Okay, let's do it. So let's do it. Okay, so another little tip and trick I like to do, which you see me do all the time because I'm a scrapbooker. So I'm going to curl these up a bit. But you know, when it goes in the mail, it's going to go flat. So how do you prevent it from going flat? Well, you take a dimensional, either the mini, these ones you can use the big ones, and stick them on the back of each leaf. So then when it goes in the mail and the mailman flattens it, these will always stay popped up because they have that dimensional in the back there helping it. So now we have that, and then I can just add some glue. I'm just going to use this because it's right there in the center. Now we got to make sure that we're not going over and we got to make sure that our sides here are not going to get caught. So I have to put it back into position. Am I missing a piece? No. So now this can, because if it goes over, it won't fit into the envelope. So we can have that hang. So this guy is in the wrong spot. So we're going to take him off for now. Like so. There we go. And then we need our other one. So I'm going to curl these edges as well. And then we're going to put that one here. Don't want it going off to the edge too much. Because this is still 5.5. So it's got to fit in the envelope. Okay, right about there. So add our glue. And then again, add your dimensionals. Whew, the rain stopped. Woohoo! And I can see all of you clearly now. Because usually I cannot. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this and this and this and this and this and this. Probably a little too many dimensionals, but whatevs. We can even tuck. And there we go. So there we go. Now we have room to add some gems. And I'm just going to cut a really long piece because I'm not too sure how we're going to do this ribbon. Now we have this guy, which can go in the middle, or we can put him to the side. I think we need something in the middle. That one's too square. So I do like this one. And that one I think would fit way better in here and off to the side. So we can add some ribbon along the back. And I really always, this is like one of my favorite techniques, which is usually just bending the ribbon like so. We can go the other way. And make that work. Can we make that work? I think so. Yeah, we can make that work. Okay. Just because it adds a little bit of a touch. We just want that little bit of texture in there, but it can fan any way we want it to, which is what I like. And throw that on there. And we'll just trim it because we don't need it that long. And then we can just pop that on as well. So I'm going to slide this over so it has more adhesive. And then we're just going to trim it super short. Oh, there they are. I'm like, where are my ribbon scissors? I do prefer ribbon scissors over our paper trimmer or paper snips, just because when you have soft ribbon like this, it makes it a little easier. Now this ribbon does fray, but we don't need to worry about that now. So there we go. What do you think? Yeah? Thumbs up. There we go. Then we just have this side to do. I think that works beautifully. Okay, so let's add some more dimensionals on there because you can never have too much. I'm just gonna add some tape on there just to hold it in place. So I'm just gonna grab some tear and tape, stick that along the back, and give that a little bit of a snip. Don't need to peel it. I'll just leave it like so. That'll just hold that in place. And then I can stick, I might have this edge hanging off. So I want to make sure I don't have a dimensional off the edge there. Oops. Oops. Stuck to my finger. Okay. So then have that right about there. There we go. I guess practice went longer because they had to stop due to rain. Okay. Oh, I think it needs to be up more. Not centered. Oops. My dimensionals stayed behind. Let's move it up a bit. Right in the middle. Looks like it's stuck on there good. We'll add a mini there. All my little tips and tricks that nobody sees. There you go. Slide that up a bit. Oops, too much. There. Right about there. Okay, so that'll stick moving forward, and it doesn't look too bad from the back. Now we gotta do this side. Oh my, oh my. So here's where all the fun part becomes. So we want to be able to tuck in there. So that's why I'm like, don't put glue all the way up. Now we got all these fun little leaves everywhere that can just easily bring us color. Or you can also use other sets if you'd like. And then we have all these other fun ones that we also created. So we can pop those out. We can even put another big leaf back here, like so. Ta-da! Or maybe we should do it more on the third. No, because then you'll hide. So then we can have a third leaf up there, filling in that gap. Just gonna curl these like that. And then stick in maybe a little fun one. This I'm going to dry brush as well. Grab some Moody Mauve. Do I have a pink dry brush? I do. Ooh, look at all that ink. Juicy. Just give it a little bit of color and depth and stick that one inside. And these can all kind of pop up, stick behind, like so. Get more ink into my fingers. Turning out pretty good. What do you think so far? So this is where you just get to play, literally. And you can keep cutting and popping things in there. And once you're happy, you obviously have to seal that all in. So that's where I just take my liquid glue and pull this back and just add some in there because we don't have any glue holding that down. Now, of course, it's going to ooze out like it just did, but that's okay because the great thing about our liquid glue is it dries clear, so you won't see it. Now that's holding that in place. Now we get to do our next layer. And since we already used a big one in the middle, we can go with another one. We have so many colors. So many things to choose from. So let's get some orange in there. So we can just cut this down, right? Like, it doesn't have to be that big. Oh, my heart. I'm cutting it. No! So painful. And we can stick that one in. He's still too tall. Still too tall. All that work. Just kidding. Doesn't bother me. Oh no, here comes another rainstorm. Why? So all we're doing now is tiering, and I'm just trying to fill in where the gaps are, right? Because then this way nobody sees in behind there. And then we'll stick a different color. Maybe, where did he go? I lost my leaf, my other one. I was looking for the other leaf. Oh, there it is. But not that color. Maybe I should have put them all in a bin. That would have been smarter. I think we need pink. Bring that pink back in. It's just so boring after you add in all that color and texture if you don't color these up now. And add some pink in there. I'm gonna trim that bottom. I just used my ribbon scissors. Oops. So now you start seeing all the layering going on there. And we can't use green again. So let's go with this wee one on the edge. Sorry, I have to use my other hand while I'm trying to tuck, so my apologies. There we go. I think that looks okay, because now we're going to add gems everywhere, right? And then we just have our bottom, which again, I think you can even put it on the outside. We could leave that there. It's okay if it's visible. What do you think? And we need another color. I should have did orange, more orange. Wasn't thinking. Or more mauve. I thought I was good. Obviously not. And now, I do challenge you to make a similar card and have some fun with it. And I would love to see it. So please do share in the comments below if you do make this card. Because it really is, oh, I can't do that color because I already have one there. Because it really is a lot of fun. I should have did an orange. And I didn't. There's just so many different combinations. And if you're like Christine and you have a lot of scrap sitting there, this is a great time to pull that out and use it all. And tuck them all into the different tiers, which is what I like and I think is super duper fun. So I'm going to cut this one too because he's just too big and stick him underneath. And I think I'm going to keep this one on the outside and we'll put a gem there. So we need a mini glue dot. So lots of fun to be had with this. Just adding a mini glue dot to the back. And keep that one visible. Okay, so then when it pops, this is what you'll see. All those layers lingering into each other. You could add some more. I think we need another piece back there just to fill that gap. Oh, the brown adds a little. The brown adds a nice little zing, even though it's similar. There. Oh, I like it. I think it's coming along just fine. So now we need some glue in there. Again, don't worry if it oozes out because it dries clear. And I would definitely let it sit for till the next morning anyway, or next afternoon. And look at all those leaves. Oh, wow. Okay, I think we're good. So let's just embellish this. Now, where's my tray? The embellishments I wanted to use were here. So these are all the new ones. See, that's 2023. This one's the new one, but those are too bright, I think. Pastel adhesive sequins. Nope. And then we have in colors. Now, where did it go? It was right here. This is what happens when you clean up and make room, and then you realize, where did it go? Ah, there it is. Is that it? No. Probably in my stack of paper. There they are. See, told you. So these are also another set of the new embellishments. I was originally going to use these ones with this, because, you know, but then use the wrong set. So I want to use these ones to show you these blooming pearls, which will also be available at our retreat. Just saying, but you got to come in order to get. So there's still, there is 5 seats left, I believe, for retreat. So if you haven't signed up yet, now is the time. Bring a friend, because, you know, or make friends. We're all friends there. We have so much fun together. Okay, so we've got that. I just want to make sure that that's straight, and I will fix that later if it doesn't. We just need another dimensional on that side. I think that's what the problem is. So we're just gonna, I usually use my take your pick tool, not my hand, and shove another dimensional there to hold that in place. There we go. That's better. Probably could use 2 dimensionals underneath that because we have a lot of lift from that ribbon. So let me stick a second one. There we go. That gives it a little more balance. Much better. Yeah. It looks crooked to me, but it probably isn't. Oops. See, I need another dimensional over here. So let me tuck another one. I think I need a mini. Okay. So, probably need a mini. Oh, see, now I went all crooked. Need another mini right there to hold that. There we go. That's much better. All right. Sorry, boys just got home, so it might get a little loud. Okay, so let's get a dimensional on that one. And I think we should use gold. Right there, I love it. And then a couple pretty peacocks, maybe up here. Like so. So we got 3, and then we can add a few more inside there. So let's grab a pink and toss that one over here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe a green. So we'll take a green one and pop one right about there. Okay, so that just adds that little bit that we're missing in there, I think. Ta-da! Okay, so now when you flare that open, you get it sits really nice. Perfect. And then turn it off if it's on. And then we are good to go like so. So what do you think? Besides the beautiful mess I have all over my desk. And I think we got ribbon, we got embellishments, we've got colors galore, fall, and yet some zing colors in there. We've added dimensionals on the top. We've got a spot to write a few notes on. And I think we're good to go. So, any changes, any add-ons, just add a comment. Not too sure if anything is still visible. But again, feel free. I would love to see your creation and your design. So let me just clean this mess up a bit and bring all three back in. I love this pink in here. Just throw that on there. So these were all cut up because they went out in kits, and so these are my leftovers. So they're kind of like in shambles here. So my apologies. And I'll throw that in there. And I'm sorry too if you heard my boys come home and yell like something crazy, and guess they forgot that it's Thursday and I have my Facebook Lives. So, clean this mess up. And let's bring back those three pictures, or different ones again. So again, 3 different bundles that are going to be available in September and that we're using for our upcoming retreat. So I am not the only designer. There is 4 of us. So myself, Marie, Ashley, and Barb. And then we have a guest designer who's going to share her designs with us, which is my upline, Alana Wharf. So you'll have lots of inspiration. So there are the 3 that use all 3 different sets. And I just love, love, love how they all turned out. They're so pretty. So I really hope you liked that fun fold. Now, this is your 3-second warning where I'm going to show you some of the designs I've created for the upcoming retreat. So when you come, you will have the opportunity to create some of these. And that is your last warning. And the reason why I love retreat. So these are, and we also do card swap, by the way. So you will leave with a handful of cards that you can swap with others. And that's so much fun. I should show you some of those. Okay, so those 3 sets, this is where you would want to turn off the Facebook Live or cut your replay, because I'm going to cheat and show you some of the designs. I'm not going to tell you which ones are going to be in your kit, but it's kind of obvious. So here's a simple one. And actually, this is a fun fold. So again, do not pay attention if you want to be surprised at the upcoming retreat. That just opens up. And then there's this one. And here's the one I was showing you that has all the lines in it that comes in that kit. And then that one. Oh, there's my other ones. And then there's this one, and then that one. So that's it. I went super fast because I don't want anybody who likes to be surprised with their welcome kits to be like, oh, I saw everything. But those are just my cards, my designs. So you still have 4 other designers that get to give you some inspiration during the event.